I wanted to run through this campaign and show you where I think it's going wrong and what you can do to fix it. So my initial thoughts here are, first of all, you haven't spent a ton of money here. So 27 bucks, it's usually, usually you can tell within that amount of time whether something's going to work or not. But sometimes you might want to let things run a little longer just to see how things are going. But I think in this case, this is a good test, like of what's going on. So you reached 544 people and had 2 people sign up for a lead cost of $13.74. Now that's not horrible. It's not bad, but you could definitely improve it, I think. So I'm just going to show you the things that I look at whenever I'm diagnosing a campaign, and I think that will give us a good indication of what's going on. So the first thing that jumps out at me is your CPM. So what CPM is the cost per 1,000 impressions. So what that means is this is what Facebook has determined, and there's a whole bunch of things that go into this number, but there's a whole cocktail of things that they add in here. Nobody really knows quite what it is, but we know some of the factors that go into it. But anyway, $40 for CPM is way too high, because what's going to happen is you're not going to reach enough people to get meaningful results. And so usually I want to see this number like around $20 or less if possible. There are some locations where that's just not possible based on competition and things like that. But it definitely should not be $40. So we're going to dig into why it's so high in a minute. The other thing that jumps out at me is your cost per link click. So this is the number of people who are clicking, or cost per people who are clicking to go through to your form. And this number is way too high as well. And I think that's directly tied to your CPM here. So because your CPM is so high, you're paying a lot for people to click through to the ad, to the form. And so the other thing is your link click-through rate here is a very important number. And what that means is, the number of people who are clicking through from your ad to your form. And so this is a very strong indicator that your ad is not performing that great, because normally we would want this number to be between 1 and 2% is generally pretty good. Anything above 2% is like amazing, but under 1%, you definitely have some room to change things. So let me just jump into your targeting here. I'm going to look at who you're targeting. And depending on who you're targeting and how wide your audience is, this is going to be a large determining factor of your results as well. So let's just have a look here. Your ad set. So your budget is $15 a day. I think that's a healthy budget for a local campaign. You're fine there. I would not change that. But let's see. So Denver, Colorado, 10 miles from this location. So what that means to me is, like, people are willing to drive quite a ways to get to you if you're going 10 miles around this address. So the other thing here is you have all these lookalikes, pixel audiences, submit form, thank you page. A lot of this, while these are all powerful marketing tools, for a local campaign, you can keep it fairly simple. So what I would do is I would get rid of all of this, just get rid of all of it. I would target around your location. Women, I might open this up a little bit more, maybe like 25 to 54 or something like that. You don't have to. You can stick with this if you want. But really what you want is a healthy-sized audience, a pretty big audience. And that's because Facebook's algorithm is so smart that they are going to find the people who are interested in your ad pretty quickly. And so once it starts getting results, it's going to start trying to find more people like those people who are getting you results. And so actually all of this targeting is pretty much unnecessary as well. I would get rid of all of this, because what this does is having all these tiny audiences and then adding in location targeting for these audiences, plus all of these interest targeting things as well, meaning like they're not letting you see. This is a new thing from Facebook. They're not letting you see certain audience sizes anymore. It's like a privacy thing or something, but my guess is this is going to be pretty small. And because this audience is so small, your CPM is going to go way, way up. So it's in your best interest to reach more people and let Facebook's powerful, powerful platform find the people interested in your ad, rather than trying to narrow it down yourself like this, because that's going to drive your ad cost up so much. The other thing here is I would, in almost all cases, go mobile only, because people are just on their phones. It's the majority of people. And I would just only do Facebook feed mobile. That would be my main targeting option. Okay? So that's my main rundown of targeting. There's other things, but we don't need to get into that right now. So in terms of your ad itself, let's look at that. Okay. So another thing here is potentially you could get away with it, but Facebook does hold you to a 20% text limit. And so it's possible that they're not giving you a warning here, so it's possible you are getting away with it. But in general, you want to keep your text under 20% of your image, because that's going to be another determining factor in your CPM. It used to be that they would reject your ad if you had too much text, but now they'll let it run, but they're going to charge you a lot to run it. So I think it's fine for now, but again, this isn't a super compelling image anyway. I would change this anyway to something, showing some of your actual clients getting results as opposed to a boring old whiteboard. So looking at your ad itself, it's great that you call it the location. I think that's fantastic. You always want to do that. We're giving away our free transformation session. Have you heard the news? Well, let me get a little bit brutal on you for a second. This is not news, because everyone and their mother is offering a free transformation session. This is like the standard fitness offer that every trainer, every CrossFit box, every kettlebell gym, every big box gym, every fitness option possible is giving away a free transformation session. So this is nothing new. This is like par for the course, and a lot of places have moved on from that now because they know it's not working that great anymore. So I'll give you a plan of attack. So this is all great, but you know what the problem is? The problem is that you're not getting any results for people. So the thing with a free transformation session is you cannot deliver results in a free transformation session. So what that means is the offer itself is not that compelling. And so what you're going to get with those types of offers are going to be people who are already thinking about it anyway, and this is just the last step towards that. So that's a very, very tiny, tiny percentage of people. And the reason it's so tiny is because people know that a free session is just a sales pitch in disguise. So they know that they're going to come to the session, you're going to go through all the goals, you're going to talk about this and that, and then you're going to give them the pitch on the programs that you're offering, and then they're going to be pushed into a sales situation. And so people know that because they're marketing savvy these days. And so any, free offer like this is only going to attract a tiny, tiny percentage of people. However, there is a much wider circle of people out there who want to feel better, want to have more energy, want to, improve their life, but they just don't know how yet. And so that's when you come in with a more compelling offer that's going to get people real results. So what that looks like is, it's a 30-day program, it's a 6-week program, it's a 4-week program. I've even seen some like 28-day ones. I've seen some 21-day ones too, but I'm not so sure about those. But that gives you a chance to get people some real results. And so if you can provide people with real results, then you have such a much better chance of attracting them, because with all these free sessions, discounted things, 50% off this, come 3 months for $100, or whatever these like low barrier offers are out there, people are going to ignore that in favor of something that's going to help them change their life. So if you say, we have this 30-day program, and this is where we're going to take you in the 30 days. We're going to get you from this point to this point, and you are going to get all these results in these 30 days. And it doesn't have to be crazy promises. You don't want to do weight loss promises in a Facebook ad anyway. But as long as you can give people some feeling that by the end of this program, they're going to have something to show for it, then you're in a much better position, because people are going to develop the habit of working with you. And by the end of that 30 days or 6 weeks or whatever it is, you're going to be in a situation of having provided these people with the results they were looking for. And so now your sales situation becomes a matter of, helping them continue with that momentum and getting even more results, as opposed to giving up and starting all over and going right back to where they were and losing all the momentum that they've created. So you can see why that's a much more compelling offer than a free session, because it's fine to have a free session on your website for people who are checking you out and want to know more about what you're doing. That's totally fine. But when you're running an ad to cold traffic, you need something a lot more compelling than a free session. And that's just based on experience with working with gyms and personal trainers before. I know that works, and the free transformation session doesn't. And so I don't know, maybe AJ Rivera is teaching that. I don't really know, but he goes for the low barrier offer thing. I know that. And that can work to an extent, but you're going to, burn out that offer pretty quickly, and you need to come up with something else. So I hope that all makes sense. Now, soon I am coming out with a course that is going to teach people all about this stuff, how to create compelling fitness offers, how to create compelling fitness ads that get people to click and sign up, and information on how to follow up with those people to get them in front of you so that you can sell them. It's not available yet, but I am currently working on it. So if that's something you are interested in, let me know, and I can hook you up and get you on the list to know about it as soon as it's available. So I hope this has helped, and if you do have any other questions, please reach out to me. But I think if you can switch up your offer, you're going to do a lot better than what you're doing. And I think you should get rid of all of that fancy targeting you're doing to get your CPM down so that you can get this offer in front of more people. And once you do that, I think you're going to get much better results than you're getting now. All right, talk to you later.